Welcome back to Winston-Salem. You see number 3 in your screen, the senior, Khadijah Forna, who has played a big role thus far in this match for Wake Forest.
Well, we're just almost halfway through this first set. She's already got 5 kills and 4 digs, only 1 hitting error. So I think if she continues this, it's going to be a tough night for Duke.
9th all-time here at Wake Forest in kills, for 960 to start the evening.
But that's what you expect for your senior.
Absolutely.
You need a senior stepping up like this.
And Coach had mentioned with some of the injuries that they've had, that Forna has really kind of coddled the situation and been the one to want to embrace it and help out her teammates. And thus her senior season, point for Duke.
That was a great move shot by Jamie Obamy. She goes up and just hits it off Wake Forest outside hand. Really can't get to that on defense.
Katnack with the serve. And a tip ball at points for the Blue Devils. 2 consecutive points coming out of the timeout for Duke.
I think that's Robertson's 6th kill. I don't believe she even has any errors. She's hit about 714 so far.
Wake Forest gets it right back.
Wake Forest is putting up a pretty good block. Nice sealed over the net. Really getting their hands low and tight across the net.
Forna with a big serve. Katnack with the setup. And the kill. And that got down quick by Sophia Tudworth.
And this is something you really want to try and do early in the matches, set the middle so your outsides can get a little bit more open. Both teams really need to run the middle as much as they can.
Hila Waterfield with the serve. Wow. And quickly, that gets down.
That's who I'm setting if I'm
Amanda
out there.
Robertson from the outside and a timeout.
Yeah, and a really great play by the right side, Robertson.
4-point lead for Duke. Amanda Robertson, been one of the big stories. We talked about the many seniors that this team in Duke has coming back from the Elite 8 appearance. And Coach Nagel was telling us earlier in the week that at the end of last season, coming back, they decided to break away and kind of get away from each other a little bit, become fresh for the start of camp in August, and how important that was for the mental mind of the team.
Well, I think that's important. A lot of coaches don't like to give people free time or let them get away from each other, but I think that's important. They're experienced, they know each other. It's not bad to get a breather and come back fresh.
Plenty of ACC volleyball to come up for you. Next up on the schedule will be North Carolina against Maryland. Of course, reigning freshman of the week for Maryland and Ashley Crothers. And of course, for UNC, the preseason selection number 3, Tar Heels 6-2 to start this evening. We have the Tar Heel Classic going on this weekend, led by Emily McGee, second in the ACC in kills. See Waterfield going back to serve. 4-point lead for the Blue Devils, their largest of the evening. I tell you, whenever team calls a timeout, coming out of that timeout, they respond immediately.
Well, that's why you call a timeout. That's why you call a timeout. Yeah, you try and set something up. Again, they came in and able to pass the ball and score out of the middle.
Big setup. Salmon tries to put it down, and Wake with the point.
Again, attacking out of the middle, trying to put a little bit of stress on Duke's middle blocker. Just got caught with an illegal hit, lifted the ball just a little bit.
Forna. And a good job, it's in.
That time they changed the offense up just a little bit and set a shoot set out there to Dunworth. I think just trying to get it in the seam of the two blockers. Nobody able to get a hand on it.
Chelsea Cook comes in to serve. Sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. And on the tip ball, it'll come back to Wake Forest.
It's a great sharp angle shot. Really just gets it right on the inside hand of Christiana Gray. She can't quite get that left hand over the net and seal it.
Taylor coming in. He's had some back problems, but certainly hasn't shown any of that tonight. Forna in the back. And Salman with the big kill. And Cecile, the crowd has really filled in nicely this evening on this Friday evening in Winston-Salem.
Well, the crowd's here, and they're getting to see a great Wake Forest team right now. She comes in and hits that slide down the line, which Duke had left open.
1 point lead. And immediately it goes back to 2, and back to Duke and Amanda Robertson.
I think you can see Christiana Gray comes in, gets that hand up, and able to snap her forearm down quickly.
Nice job, and the point going back once again as we continue to go back and forth here. And Jasmine Russell played an integral part for that point. Now stepping in to serve. Freshman hitter outside. Salmon is met by the height up front by Duke.
And I think you can see how tough that slide is to stop, and they were able to hit it off their hands out of bounds again.
So Wake Forest team 2-5 coming in, 3 straight losses, and the nice thing about freshmen is
they don't know they're freshmen, and the ball doesn't know they're a freshman.
So it's get easily.
That's right, and I think last year when Duke had already sealed up the ACC title, they played Wake, and Wake beat them 3-0. So this Wake's got a thing for Duke here, and I think, you know, they can probably do it again if they'd like to. I mean, it's every night, every set's a new set.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's the important thing. And Coach Nagel was talking about the intimate setting, so to speak, here in Winston-Salem, and the difficulty that her team has had historically in playing in this type of setting. Certainly playing to the advantage tonight when you can fill it up, and the crowd has been loud thus far. In the middle of your screen, actually, trying to walk out of the screen right now in the gray sweatshirt, key part to the lineup for Wake Forest, out with a pinky injury, as you see the little pinky rack. Andrea Beck, junior middle blocker from Winston-Salem, and has a couple of pins in the pinky. They hope to get her back for their next ACC match. They'll have a non-conference game, against App State.
Well, that's a great ace serve, and that's what you want to try and do with an aggressive serve like this. It's a nice jump, topspin serve right at the end line. I think Duke thought it was going out.
Can she do it? Nope. Met by the stingy defense of the Blue Devils. Salmon up front has been exceptional in this early going for Wake Forest. She and Forna have definitely been keys. Rosendahl sets up Salmon for the point. The fans are starting to feel they're closing in here in the first.
Well, Wake Forest has just played exceptional. I mean, they're digging balls, they're blocking balls, they're hitting out of the middle, got ace serves, really playing well.
Big serve, and it's in! The service ace! And a timeout on the floor.
Nice job by the line judges to be right on that line to make that call.
A 7-1 run by the Demon Deacons here in the first.
You can see it's a great, she's got a lot of spin on it and comes right down inside that back line. And a lot of times you think the ball's going to go out, but this top spin serve really comes in. And of course, Duke's now called a timeout, trying to just kind of ice this serve a little bit. So we'll see if she comes back and takes anything off of it.
Wake Forest has prided themselves up to this point with all the injury struggles with their blocking ability up front. And I think they've done a nice job. They're certainly outmanned in that area up front tonight. They've done a good job communicating and working together as a unit as we progressed along here in the first, making the adjustments.
And again, there's not really a lot of pressure on them. They're just out there playing volleyball, which they played their whole life.
Set points for Wake Forest. Jasmine Russell to serve. Katnack with the setup. Russell with a nice dig. Forno. And the points! How about that to see Wake Forest taking the first set? Impressive.
We've got a ball game. No, they've really played well, and you've got Jasmine Russell, a freshman, going back there.